Now, the hieroglyphics, let me get into that a little bit. Well, the hieroglyphics feature encoded numerology, and that code is difficult to break or understand. It features star lore and incantations, a very, very grand vision of the cosmos. So scholars are perplexed by all of this. They're not quite sure what's going on. They admire the Mayans very, very much, but they don't quite understand everything. Now, the origins of the hieroglyphics and calendar, let me get into that a little bit, are very, very obscure. This is, in fact, the hieroglyphics and the calendar are at the highest level in the ancient world. The writing has a richness. It's visually elaborate. It's virtually unrivaled by any ancient script. Now, the Mayans inscribed tall monoliths with dynastic records. This is known as stellae. They cover everything in sight with writing. Stone-walled panels, altars, thrones, door lintels, wall murals, ceramic vases, and many, many objects of shell, bone, jade, and gold. There's also books. They have books. They have bark books known as the codexes. Unfortunately, most of these are lost. Only a few survive because they were destroyed by the Spanish missionaries who felt that they were from hell. All right. Spanish missionaries save the few codexes that we have are saved by the friars and the monks, because some of them have great respect and love for the indigenous people, while others are not so nice. All right, now scholars over the course of decades put some pieces into the jigsaw puzzle. They figure things out. Basically, they figure out that the Mayan belief in reality, their theories of reality are profoundly different than our own. Time, space, the physical world are essentially interconnected facets, a single seamless reality. The structure of time, the structure of the universe is supernatural. The physical world and reality are inextricably intertwined with other realms. The extrasensory, the supernatural, are part of everyday experience. Time and space are linked. They're not bounded by limits of the terrestrial world. Space embraces and engulfs the heavens, the earth, and the underworld. Time is inseparable and complementary to space. Essentially, to the Mayans, one set of dimensions unifies another dimension. Now, the gods, the gods essentially are a host of supernatural deities that inhabit the universe. Now, each god or supernatural being has a special association with one or more regions of time and space. And the gods move through the time-space continuum. To the Mayans, supernatural beings are facets of both time and space. Gods are simply dimensions of the universe. Time is not static. It has a direction, and it's divided into hierarchical units. That's cyclical, not linear. It's a circle. Time is a circle. The Mayans can calculate, locate events, and specific points in the stream of time and space. And these events are linked. It's a cyclical perspective. The past is a clue to the present, and both project the future. There's an intimate relationship between time, space, and the gods. Each part can influence all others. This is, of course, divinatory, a series of cycles that overlap and associate in unique functions. Gods, time, space are intricate mechanisms that can be calculated. Now, to the Mayans, space, the heavens are layered. Specific gods for specific celestial bodies. The gods have calendar roles in the long count calendar. They're patrons to one or more unit of time, and they hold sway over human affairs. The cycles, the endless cycles, are repeated, and certain gods, the cycles of time and space, are endlessly repeated, and certain gods rise to prominence again and again. This is an endless sequence. All right, now, the cycles. Well, time moves continuously through vividly colored space in a counterclockwise circuit, a type of rational action that repeats. So as I mentioned, the past is a guide to the present, and the present sheds light on the events of the past, and both reflect the future. To the Mayans, history and prophecy are one. Parallel events occur in different time periods, or essentially time periods with the same designation. The world, the universe, is repeatedly created in past ages and destroyed. It's a cycle of time, a unit of time. Each time the world, the universe, is destroyed in a great cataclysm, and the inhabitants perish. This is essentially the Mayan apocalypse. Now remember, the apocalypse happened several times in Mayan culture. It was wiped out and reborn. Now the current world, our current world or universe, according to the Mayans, was created in 3114 BC and will end. The current world, the current universe, will end on 12/21/2012. This is the winter solstice and the doomsday Mayan apocalypse. All right, now, the winter solstice 2012 is the end of the time cycle, the date for Mayan doomsday or judgment. It's more than just the Mayans, folks. This winter solstice 2012 is a multicultural phenomenon. More than one ancient oracle or culture pinpoints this date in the early 21st century. For example, the Romans, the Chinese, the Welsh, the Native Americans. And remember that the apocalypse is not random. It's a process. We have signs, we have warnings, we have disaster, we have destructions, we have wars, we have climate changes. And our own era, our own age, this early 21st century, very much fits the bill. All right. When we return, we're going to examine some of these other ancient oracles and cultures that place the winter solstice 2012 as doomsday. But first, we're going to hear a little bit more music. This is John Lennon from his classic rock and roll album with a song entitled Stand